Man, 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 man. That was a good game, man. That was a good game for sure, for sure, for sure. Game one is in the books. Boston, what was it, 120, 108? They pulled out a double digit win. It was down by double digits going into the fourth quarter. Uh, the Warriors was in complete control of that game. Steph Curry was on fire. Jason Tatum couldn't even hit a basket. And then out of nowhere, Al Horford, uh, uh, White, and Smart just started raining threes out of nowhere, man. And then Steph couldn't get a good shot off. I mean, he was down. He missed a couple of layups. Draymond missed a couple of layups. Nobody else could get a shot, man. And I think if anybody knows what just happened, it's got to be the Warriors because they use that same strategy on LeBron. Look, they just make up their mind. We're not going to do all this doubling and coming off the shooters and all that stuff, man, and getting all these other guys involved because we know LeBron's going to get his 25 to 30 to 35 points anyway. So why let him get 30 and also let someone else on the other team, on the team get hot and give you 20 to 25 and then let somebody else get another 15 to 20? Why not just let this guy just go ham? And then in the fourth quarter, they're not going to call any fouls. So we can play him as tough as we want to. We can hand check him as much as we want to. And no one else is going to be in rhythm but him. And he's going to be looking for hero shots, just like what Steph Curry did today. Steph Curry came out there and I was questioning the game plan of Boston because they was going over his screens, but they was playing drop defense where the help was just dropping in the paint. Like they scared that Steph go down the lane and dunk on them. And Steph was just, okay, I'll take this three, I'll take this three, I'll take this three. And then a couple of times on the fast break, they didn't even guard Steph. He got a couple of 2 or 3 wide open threes. They just gave Steph whatever he wanted. I never seen them doubling him really hard. They hedged a little bit, but I didn't see them like fully committing to a double and making him give it up. I didn't see them actually trying to play him really physical and push him around. I didn't see them pick him up full court and make him really work. I didn't see them really try to hunt him on defense and make him guard. Well, they did a little bit in the second quarter. And then he got his third foul, but they didn't commit to that game plan where we're saying we're gonna get a switch on Steph Curry and make him play defense for 4 quarters, and maybe we get him in foul trouble or maybe we get easy baskets. That way they did a little bit, but they didn't. That wasn't their whole game plan. But what ended up happening is Steph was so hot that no one else really got loose. I mean, Clay hit a couple of threes, couple of baskets, but that's Clay. Wiggins got a little something, but you didn't see that usual Golden State offense where you don't know where you're getting hit from. Poole is knocking them down. Just everybody scoring. Draymond is on the break, just finding different players and stuff like that. You didn't see all that. All you seen was Steph get hot and Steph get loose, and then in the fourth quarter, they just shut that thing down and walked them down. And 2 things happened. First quarter, Steph goes off. Second quarter, they start the game with Steph on the bench. The Boston Celtics come out, make a run of it, and take the lead. They're up by 2 at the halftime. Third quarter start, Steph is hot again. Fourth quarter start, Steph is on the bench for the start of the fourth. Boston goes ham, and they take the lead, and they never look back. That was the same format, So what, the first quarter and the third quarter was identical, and the second and the fourth was pretty much identical as well, except Boston scored even more points and stop the Warriors, even more than they did in the second quarter, man. That was a good game. They still home court advantage. They up 1-0. Now it's up to them to try to be greedy and get game 2 and see what they can do going back to Boston. This is fascinating. I watched the game. I didn't see a lot of referee manipulation. They called the game kind of fair. Look at Chris. Hold on. Let me see what Chris talking about. It seems like I'm out here talking to some dang walls, and I'm the crazy one. NBA was disrespectfully obvious tonight, and ought to be ashamed. All right, you know what? Uh, uh all Boston need was 40 points in the fourth quarter. 40 points in the fourth quarter is crazy, man. That was a crazy like if you look at Steph and them on the bench, they didn't know what hit them. They had no clue what hit them. They was just like they look like they seen a ghost, man. They look like they seen a ghost. I ain't got a lot of talking. I want to hear what y'all think, man. You got to call in. Like there's the number on the bottom of the screen: 336-456-6453. You got to call in, man. Tell me what you. I'm trying to see if y'all seen the same thing I seen. Yeah, call in and tell me that. But while I'm waiting for y'all to call in, let me just say one thing. All of that talk about we don't need Kevin Durant to get another ring. We want a ring without you. Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff that Draymond was talking about, he calling KD out, talking about, Steph's seen 7 times more double teams than KD and all that stuff. I just want to know, if KD was on that squad right now, tonight, do the Warriors win that game or not? In your opinion, just who cares who needed who? They you could say they needed each other. That's fair. But if KD was on that squad right now, who are they looking for when Boston was on that run? Who are they looking for to get them a basket? Right? Is it little Steph that when it came down to really getting a shot and we can put my hands on you and I can hand check you a little bit in the fourth because the refs go swallow their whistles. When I can put my hands on you, are you really going to get a shot, a good shot? Or what was the game close and tight to where shooting those threes just wasn't comfortable to Steph? Is that why he had so many what some people will call fourth quarter no shows or fourth quarter meltdowns? Is that why he blew a 3-1 lead? You get what I'm saying? Like throwing those threes up in quarter 1, 2, and 3 is cool. Throwing those threes up when you got a lead is cool. But when everybody butthole get real tight and we need a basket and I can't throw up no BS to get a shot. We want a real shot, right? And they're not calling the fouls. What shot is he gonna get? Or is that the time where we go to the 7-foot monster that is Kevin Durant to get that shot? Which one would you rather have? The 6'2" assassin? Or would you rather have the 7-foot monster? These boys remind me of the Spurs. They got a deep rotation. Yeah, I mean, you got to take your hat off, and I would take mine off. But no, I'm not doing that. But you got to take your hat off the Derek White, man. That dude came to play. Man. Let me see what he had. That man came to play. I know he had more than 20. Derek White, 21. 5 or 8 from the 3-point line. So leading scorer for the Celtics was Al Horford, 26. I want you to look at these numbers, right? 26 from Al Horford, right? He hit 6 threes. 24 from Jaylen Brown. He hit 2 threes. 18 from Marcus Smart. He hit 4 threes. And then you got Derek White with 21 and Jason Tatum with 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures. And you got 3 guys with 20 plus and another guy with 18. I like that. That's really balanced, right? Then when you go down here, you look at Steph had 34, and then Wiggins and Klay Thompson had 20 and 15 respectively, and then off the bench they had Otto Porter with 12. But 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in double figures, only 2 guys with 20 points or more. And then you get 4 points from your power forward and Draymond Green, who was 2 for 12, and only 4 points from your center, who was Kevon Looney, who was 1 for 4. and Draymond Green 0 for 4 behind the arc. They basically just didn't even guard him, right? The assist. Now this is what's really big. The fact that Steph Curry was pretty much going high screen and roll one-on-one action to get all his shots and his threes. He pretty much was in the Luka Doncic's offense where he was getting high screen and rolls and he was getting his shots off the screen. So uncharacteristic stat for the Warriors was their assist totals. That's 5, 10, 15, 23, 24. They usually 30 plus, right? And Draymond Green, who was a high assist guy for them, he only had 5. Steph only had 5. You get 0 from Wiggins. You get only 3 from Clay. Like that, they pass more than that. They pass better than that. They usually have better ball distribution than that. Right. And here it is, Jason Tatum with his bad game. He at least contributed. He had 13 assists. Jaylen Brown had 5 assists. Smart had 4. Like, 13, 17, 25, 30, 33. So 33 assists for the Boston Celtics. 30 plus is good. The Warriors didn't get to 30. They was at 24. So I think that's one thing that they go want to look at. They fell into a trap of Steph Curry getting all these open shots, but they should have known because they've used that game plan against LeBron James so many times. The Spurs used that game plan against LeBron James. We're going to let LeBron get his, but we're not going to come off their shooters so they can't get involved. And what that always does in the fourth quarter, if the game is close, that always means that you're going to have to play hero ball for your fourth quarter shots because only one guy is really in rhythm and he's really hot, so he's feeling himself, and no one else is in rhythm. The team has been operating on Steph getting those shots for 3 quarters, and now all of a sudden now you gonna have to rely on it, and it failed. And the blanket KD is gone. If KD on that team, it's 4-0, 4-1 at the best. Facts. If KD's on the squad, they don't lose this game. Hands down. They would have got smoked. They would have smoked them with KD due to Steph was hot and they don't have another bucket. Steph chokes in the fourth. Okay. Yeah, man. I just thought that was interesting, man. And look, this is the funny thing. KD knew what was about to happen because as soon as Steph sat down in the fourth quarter and Boston hit 1-3, and then Jaylen Brown hit a pull-up jumper, and then the Warriors called their timeout. They were still down by like 4 or 5, maybe something like that, right? And then KD tweeted, "There's some high-level basketball being played," but I knew it was troll. I knew it was a troll, right? Because he was pretty much telling you, "Oh, it's about to go down." He said, "There's some high-level basketball being played right here," and that's a troll tweet. I don't care. I don't care if it the wording of what he said is not really the impact of what he was trying to imply, right? But yeah, high level about he tweeted it was a timing of when he tweeted that, and then next thing you know, just straight meltdown. The Celtics didn't miss nothing. They barely missed that. Horford start hitting threes. What's up, Art? These Bulls too tough, man. Coach Kerr got out coach. What was Kerr thinking with taking Curry out when he was so hot at the beginning of the second and the beginning of the fourth? I understand that might be his normal minutes where he sits him, but when you sat him in the second quarter, that should have been a lesson because your offense was just done. Like that is not Golden State basketball for one man to be the whole show, right? If somebody gets hot, yeah, we go look for them. But they fell into playing Luka ball. Steph Curry was pretty much playing Luka ball. and it got them in trouble. So what happens when you play Luka ball? When Luka sits down, we don't know what to do. And when Steph sat down, here comes the turnovers. Here comes the Boston making shots. Here come the missed shots by the Warriors, and they went on their run. So Steve Kerr at that moment had to think, all right, I don't know if I can afford to do this in the fourth, especially not the fourth. Why would you do it in the fourth? Steph, you playing the whole second half, buddy. You the only one giving us something. You playing the whole second half. Unless you wanted to run your offense through Wiggins when Steph sat down, because he was the second high man with 20. So if you wanted to do that, but they didn't. They didn't play Warriors basketball the whole first half. They just played Luka ball with Steph. So that means when Steph sits down, you got. I mean, you can't go back to playing Warriors basketball because we haven't been playing Warriors basketball the whole game. That's pretty much what happened, man. All right, so I knew it was over when Iggy was scared. Hey, Iggy hit that three though. Iggy was ready. They went to that death lineup. That death lineup looked different without KD, don't it? With that death lineup where KD was playing center. Oh man, look, I mean KD and Kevon Lewis is the same height, right? So you get away with the death lineup when you got KD out there is just 7-footer, and he can protect the rim, and he can switch on defense on the perimeter and play wings. But what you get on the offensive end is somebody no one can guard one-on-one. That's different for Kevon Looney in your depth lineup because you don't have to guard Kevon Looney. He had 4 points. You ain't got to guard that man. And you ain't got to guard Draymond. I guarantee you they got a different starting lineup next game. These boys come out with 2 guys that you don't have to guard, Draymond and Kevon Looney. You just don't even have to guard them at all, right? You got to guard Al Horford on the other end. He's not a liability. You got to guard that man. You got to guard him all the way to the 3-point line. And he can give you the rebounds and the defense that Draymond and Kevon Looney giving you. But he give you the threes as well. And he looking for a shot too. These boys thought they were just going to take it, man. They thought it was going to be like a Rottweiler fighting a Chihuahua, man. They thought they would just go. Hey, you were just gonna take it one. You Golden State. Tell the truth, man. You just go take it. They was thirsty, man. That blanket is gone. No Kevin Durant. Yeah, it's easy when you can say, "Hey, Kevin, save us, get us a basket," and he can just go down there. I mean, just think about this. So they make it to the finals. All right. LeBron James, who was probably the baddest man in the league at that time, got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Before they even get to the finals, Kevin Love gets injured his shoulder. He's gone for the season, right? So you lose your number 3. So now you only got your number 2. So it's LeBron and his number 2. Then you get to the finals, and in the game 1, it's going back and forth. Steph Curry can't hit nothing. They D'ing him up too good. And Kyrie Irving is eating Steph Curry's lunch. Kyrie Irving is scoring on him and locking him up, right? And Steph Curry had a chance to win it in regulation. He goes to the rim. I remember like it was yesterday. Here comes Kyrie Irving with a block. We're going into overtime. First minute of overtime, Kyrie Irving breaks dislocates his kneecap. He's gone for the season. So now LeBron James is out there without his number 2 and without his number 3. Name me a team that loses their number 2 and their number 3 and takes a team to a game 6 and wins. Because Golden State fans will tell you all day long the reason why they didn't beat the Raptors is because they lost Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. So if you're going to discredit the Raptors beating y'all, because Draymond Green just said today, no one, or he said it yesterday, no one has ever beaten us whole. So when our team is whole, we've never lost. That's what he said. Which is a lie, because they was whole when the Cavs beat them the next year. But he's saying because he was suspended for one game that they wasn't whole. How the heck does that mean you're not whole? Because your fourth best player missed the game. Okay, okay, I'm being a little facetious. Draymond probably was their third best player, and he's very important. So I'm not gonna act like. But just because you missed one game that you got suspended from, that means your team wasn't whole. I don't understand that, right? So he's saying that they haven't lost while they was whole, and I'm like, what, Draymond? Y'all ain't beat nobody without KD. Y'all haven't beat anybody that was whole. Even with KD, when y'all got blowed out game one by the Spurs, Kawhi Leonard got hurt the next game when he shot a jump shot and Zaza Pachulia ran up under his foot and made him twist his already hurt ankle, and he was gone for the series. So you beat San Antonio without Kawhi. You beat the Cavs without Kyrie and Kevin Love. Who else you beat? I mean, everybody y'all beat had somebody that was out that was very important. Even if you go to this year, you beat the Grizzlies without Ja Morant. You beat Denver without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. You beat Dallas without Tim Hardaway Jr. So every team y'all beat is not whole. You got to look at it both ways, Draymond, right? If you're going to try to steal clout and try to act like y'all just spectacular and y'all don't need KD. So y'all haven't beat anybody whole. So let's stop talking about who's whole and who's not. All right, let's just talk about what KD would have done if he was there. And I'm pretty sure y'all would have won. Pretty sure y'all would have won. I said the same thing. Love and Irving was out. That's how they won the first one. The next year, both teams was healthy. Warriors was 73-9, up 3-1, and they lost the finals. And they begged Durant. Right. So look. You're right. So let's go through that. Right. So you beat the Cavs without Kyrie Irving and Love. And then Kyrie Irving and Love is healthy the next year, and y'all blow a 3-1 lead to them. And what everyone in the organization seen on both sides, Cleveland and Golden State, is, oh, shoot, we can't beat LeBron and the Cavs when they're healthy. Not with what we got here. We need to strengthen our squad. And I'm pretty sure it was a bunch of free agents they looked at, but then Kevin Durant was a free agent too. And they said, hey, man, whoever know Kevin Durant, man, make the call. And Draymond made the call. And the rumor is he called him right after the game and was crying. That's a rumor that Draymond and KD has since denied. But they just recently denied it this year. I think it's true, right? But let's say we can't confirm that it's true. What we can confirm is true is that when Kevin Durant got hurt before they made it to the finals against the Raptors, the whole organization, including Draymond and all the way up to ownership and the GM, was all Kevin Durant. When you gonna be ready? You think you ready? You think you ready with the calf sprain? Are you ready? Are you ready? Then, especially when they came out and lost that game 1 to the Raptors, KD, please come back, save us. We all were saying it. We all wanted KD to come back, and KD came back for them. The ultimate team player, the guy that y'all begged to come join y'all to help y'all beat LeBron, and he helped y'all beat him twice. And now y'all playing the Toronto Raptors and Kawhi, and he's hurt, and y'all begging him to come back and save y'all again. And he does it and comes back, the ultimate team player, the dude that Draymond Green called the B. The dude that after the first championship, the freaking GM had the nerve to say some joke and pretty much tell Kevin Durant he ain't really part of this. You're not original. You ain't part of this. Like, how do you do it? How do you do a person like that? God don't like ugly, right? Now the Warriors might come back and win this series, but if they don't, you know why? God don't like ugly, man. Like all this stuff that these people are doing with their mouth, right? And all the stuff the media is doing with their mouth, trying to throw dirt on Kevin Durant and slander him and say all this bull crap. Just watch how things change if these boys go down 2-0 and lose both their first 2 games at home. Watch how things change. Steph Curry played the best game he probably gonna play all series. And Jason Tatum played the worst game he probably gonna play all series. And them boys won. Right? So Kevin Durant got big to come back, tear his Achilles. As a matter of fact, when he came back, before he tore his Achilles, he was tearing the Toronto Raptors up out there dropping buckets. He played so well, and it uplifted the whole team so much that Clay was playing well, as everybody was playing well. And then when he got hurt, they still had enough momentum to carry on, and they ended up winning that game, right? But that boost came from Kevin Durant. That boy came out there and scored like 13 points in 10 minutes. Unstoppable. And everybody was hyped and was like, oh, yep, we know the Warriors go win now, until he tore his Achilles, right? And even after he tore his Achilles, he get his surgery done. He goes and starts his rehab, and they want to know, are you re-signing with us? To the fact that Steph Curry flies to his house to try to talk him in the stand. Right? So, you can miss me with all that. We don't need Kevin Durant, because if y'all didn't need him, y'all wouldn't be begging that dude on multiple occasions to come save y'all. Right? And y'all could have used him tonight in the fourth quarter. I believe that rumor too. You ain't lying. I've been ready for Stephen A. and those other suckers, the rank kneecaps, and then they gotta stop saying Steph top 10 and better than Isaiah. Look, I'm a Steph fan, man. Steph is my dude. I like this is the order of basketball players, and how I like them. I got like probably 10 ballers that if they're playing, I'm gonna watch. And Steph is one of them. KD is another one. Kyrie is another one. Dame Lillard is another one. Kobe, MJ, if they playing, I'm watching. So Steph is in that group for me. Steph is my dude, right? So, but we gotta pump our brakes with this Steph being top 10 stuff, right? We got a top 10, and that top 10 is so solid and so solidified. Like, you have to go above and beyond of what they did to actually take them out of the top 10. Like, we talking about foundational players. Like, there is no NBA without these guys. Like Bird and Magic. Like, without them, what would we be with the NBA? And they done. I mean, like, it's a difference between being a pioneer or something and not really having a blueprint to follow, and then someone following your blueprint. You get what I'm saying? Like, Jordan was a pioneer at what he did. So was Bird, so was Wilt, so was Bill Russell, so was Magic, all that stuff, right? To the fact that when someone have a great game, like Luka would have a great his first playoff experiences and first 2-3 years of playoff, he's averaging 30 points, 32 points a game, which is something no one's done since MJ. So we say Luka is doing this great thing, and no one has done it since MJ. As soon as you put MJ's name on it, that validates whatever you're doing, right? And it automatically makes Luka all of a sudden some guy that we supposed to be talking about in high regards, right? But it was different for MJ, because what people don't remember is you're only comparing Luka's points per game to MJ's. You're not comparing the fact that MJ actually was winning when he was averaging 33, right? MJ was actually locking up on defense as well, right? And he wasn't dominating the ball the way Luka does. So yeah, you can get 33 points playing the way Luka plays, but I don't think Luka can get 33 playing the way MJ played. You can't come in and put 100% effort on defense if you're Luka and still give a team 33. Luka is able to get his 33 because he ain't giving you nothing on defense. Like they're hiding him on defense. If they could play like hockey and take Luka out of the game in the middle of the game for the defensive end, they would. That's how bad he is on defense. I scored 33 too if I ain't had to play no D. So it's a big difference. But back to the Steph thing. So how can Steph? So when we think about the top point guards we've ever seen, we're still saying Magic's number one. We're still saying Isaiah number two. No one has ever changed it. So the conversation needs to be had if Steph moves up in the top 5 point guard thing. Because right now I got him at like I got Magic, Isaiah, Oscar, Steph. No, Magic, Isaiah, Steph, then Oscar, then CP3, then J Kidd, then Stockton. So that's my 7, right? So Steph's already number 3. So the conversation really needs to be, are we moving him past Isaiah? But guess what? Isaiah's not in the top 10 of all time. So if Steph is behind Isaiah as at his position, and Isaiah is not even in the top 10, because I don't think no one has Isaiah in their top 10, then how can Steph get in the top 10? He ain't even passed Isaiah in his position yet. I think everyone's top 10 has got Michael, LeBron, Wilt, Kareem, Bill, Russell, Bird, Magic, Kobe, LeBron. That's 9, and I'm missing one. That 10 might be either Shaq, Hakeem. I'm missing somebody. I don't know who, but that's everyone's 10. Nobody got Isaiah in their 10. Nobody got Isaiah in their 10. So I mean, it's kind of hard to put Steph in a top 10 when he ain't even passed Isaiah at his position yet, and Isaiah's not in the top 10. That's just my take on it. But I understand it's the finals. There's only 2 teams playing. You only go get one game every 2 or 3 days. No football is being played yet. They need something to talk about. So what's going to be hot is this KD beef, and what happens if Steph win this ring. Does that make him top 10? Because when LeBron was in the finals, it was always a conversation. After LeBron get this wing, or if LeBron get this ring, what does that place him at the GOAT in the GOAT debate? And then he'll lose it, and then everybody will be like, the debate is over. And then as soon as he go back to the finals again, they'll be like, if LeBron wins this one, what does that put him in the GOAT debate? They do it every single time. They just got to find something to talk about on a daily basis. It's just not enough content for them, for ESPN to justify the paycheck these guys are getting, and they ain't got nothing to talk about. You gotta, you gotta create something. You gotta reheat old hot takes. You gotta do all that bull crap, right? And that's all it is, man. That's why they talking about this top 10 thing. But I wonder what the conversation gonna be about tomorrow, because the fact that they lost, they don't get a chance to talk about how great Steph was and how much the Warriors don't need Kevin Durant and how much of a dynasty they are and all that. They don't get to talk about all that. The only thing they could talk about is how hot Al Horford got in the fourth quarter and how hot Derek White was, and possibly how cold Draymond Green was. That's gonna be the conversation. But let's see if they spin it. Let's see what Draymond get on his podcast tonight. We'll see. I'm a Steph fan also. With all those rings, let's be real, he ain't better than Iverson. That's tough, Art. Dang. So here's the interesting thing about Iverson. Iverson is one of those players who need average players around him because he was a do-it-all Paul, just like Luka is. Luka is going to have to continue to play with average players in order for him to keep being Luka. When Iverson went to Denver and he had J.R. Smith coming off the bench, Nene was playing at an all-star level. Melo was there. I don't know if they had Kenyon Martin there yet, but they had a squad. And Iverson still played good and made all-star, but it was different. It was just different. And that same team, when they traded Iverson for Chauncey Billups, that same team, Chauncey Billups came in and fit better with and got them to the conference finals against the Lakers. And I think they actually outplayed the Lakers, but the Lakers got a little bit of favoritism on the whistle, and the Lakers was able to advance. But Denver was killing that whole season. They killed in the playoffs. They just ran into the Lakers, and it's hard to beat a team that the NBA want to win, right? But you got to be perfect. It's been done though. Yeah, it was done by when the Mavs just wouldn't miss and beat the brakes off the Lakers one year in the first or second round. It's been done. It's been done when the Warriors did it to the Mavs. If you don't miss, ain't nothing. There's no way for the whistle to tip the scales, right? So, but anyway, Iverson is awesome. It's just that the style of and the brand of basketball he plays is better suited for him to be on a team with average players that need him to do everything. And it's the same thing as Luka and Iverson is they don't play the same style, but they better suited for average squads, because their game is better suited to just have the green light, have the freedom all over the court, not be in a system, and just be the system. Steph ain't top 30. Nah, man. Steph top 15 or 20. He's top 15. I think Steph and KD is the next 10. So if we got a 10 and we close the door, I think possibly KD could be the last one. He could be number 10, because I just went through it and I didn't have a number 10, right? I had Michael, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem, Wilt, Russell, Magic, Bird, LeBron. Yeah, that's 9. So I'm stuck with the 10. Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan will be my 10. So Tim Duncan will be my 10. But it's possible. Man, it's possible KD. Oh man, that's tough. It's possible KD could get that 10 depending on what he does with his resume. If we judging this just on players, it'll be a little bit easier. But we got to take how good they are as a player plus their resume, right? And I think KD got a little bit more to prove. But as a player, he ain't got nothing to prove. As a player, he's a top 10 talent. He just got to beef his resume up a little bit. But yeah, I say KD could be the 10, but I got him right now outside the 10. But he might be the first one in the next 10. So it might be KD, Shaq, Hakeem, Steph. All of those guys might be in the next 10. That makes sense. But Steph is in there. Steph is in the next 10. Curry smoked them. They're a team. They know what it takes to win. Well, yeah, but they didn't do it tonight. They know what it takes to win. They didn't do it tonight, and they didn't realize that they was falling for the trap. They didn't realize that they was taking the cheese off the rat trap, and they should have, because this is their formula. Let's let their best player get loose, and let's lock everybody else down. And then if it's close in the fourth, it's going to be our advantage. And you got to give the Celtics their props, man, for sticking with the game plan and not getting out of it. I think they'll guard Steph a little bit better next game. He can't win the war. Shows you that Luka ain't playing no defense. Yeah, Luka, he ain't playing no defense. He ain't even dedicated to the gym like that to be in shape. Like Luka's just good. That man ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think Luka practice no more. I mean, come on. I mean, this dude he been in the league. This is 4th year. He was in shape as a rookie, and that's it. He came in as a rookie, slim and trim, and a little bit toned, and now he got a 40-year-old dad bod. And he ain't playing no D, and he dominating the basketball. Steph better than Iverson. That's tough, man. Oh, dang. Did I say Iverson? Iverson got to be in the next 10 as well. Yeah, so KD, Iverson, Shaq, Hakeem, Steph. That's 5. David Robinson, maybe. That's 6. Karl Malone, Barkley, Dirk. Yeah, that next 10 cold too. Woo. So yeah, the top 10 used to be the way to go 10 years ago, but now a top 20 is necessary to be talked about. A top 20 is prestigious now. Top 20 is prestigious. Like just like it used to be the 50 used to be the thing, but now 75. Top 50 players was a thing, but now top 75 is prestigious. I like that analogy with Iverson and Lucas. I can see, yeah, they and with Westbrook too, and with Harden, they're better versions of themselves when their teammates are either average players or players that need them to get shots. But Iverson was a little bit different. He was just a straight up scorer, and he played off the ball. Eric Snow would handle the ball right, and Iverson would get the ball on the wing, and it'll be a little ISO, or he'll come off a couple of screens and catch and shoot. So I at least give Iverson credit for playing off the ball. He wasn't doing what Westbrook, Luka, and Harden do, where they the point guard and they just got the ball all the time. They bring it up, they get a high screen and roll, and they decide whether they go drive, shoot, or pass it to the open man if the double come. And if Iverson would have played like that, his numbers would have been ridiculous too. He would have been one of those guys averaging a triple double, right? But he at least had the common courtesy and the decency to play off the ball and not try to be the point guard and the primary scorer, right? So it's a little bit different, but same concept. All the players was around them average, and when it came to getting points, we had to rely on Iverson for the points. If he lose, he's still behind Zeke to me. Yeah. And what Zeke got right now, well, he should have 3 rings. They really got cheated in that game. Who they lose to? Boston. Yeah, I think it was Boston. But they beat the Blazers. They beat, can't remember who else they beat. But Detroit got 2 rings with Isaiah and played for a third one, which they should have won. And this is Zeke being the best player on the team and being kind of the primary scorer, even though Zeke didn't always fill up the stat sheet with points. Like, he didn't always go out there and get 30. Like, sometimes Zeke would have 15 and 10 assists. And sometimes Joe Dumars would go off, right? So it was kind of different for Zeke. And then that team was based on defense, but Zeke was amazing, bro. And getting 2 rings like that and beating Jordan and beating Bird and beating all the people he did, beating Magic. The dude was cold. So what he was able, how good he was as a player and what he accomplished is going to keep him at number 2 behind Magic, and it's going to take Steph a lot to get that number 2. He's on his way though. He's on his way. But as a player, I mean, take your pick, man. One's a amazing scorer and an amazing shooter. I mean, Isaiah could shoot too. But he wasn't no deadly 3-point shooter like Steph is. But he didn't have no weaknesses in his offense. Both of them, I mean, that's how good Isaiah is. But I think there's a pathway for by the end of Steph's career for him to be number 2 right behind Magic. But to pass Magic, man, he got to pass Magic. He got to do a hell of a lot. Yeah, Art, he's top 20, man. How he not top 20? Who you? Well, okay, put it this way, Art. What number as a point guard is he? But because it's 5 positions, so if I take the top 5 for each position, and this is just a rule of thumb, I know this ain't really that accurate, but if I take the top 5 for each position, that's 25. So if Steph is in the top 5 in his position, it's kind of safe to say he's top 20, right? So I just said I had him at number 3 for his position, right? So if I take top 5 centers, it's gonna be Wilt, Kareem, Hakeem, Russell, and Shaq. Right, that's 5. Well, I know Steph Curry ain't better than none of them except maybe. Man, it's tough. It's tough. This is gonna be a whole debate. I can't even go down that rabbit hole. But nah, he top 20, man. If he's top 5 of this position, it's very. If you take the top 5 out of every position, they're all top 20 except 5 of them. So which five comes out by the position? 2 guards is going to be the shooting guards is going to be Jordan, Kobe, Wade, Iverson, maybe Jerry West. Right, so that's the 5. I'm putting Curry over West and Wade. Right, so MJ, Kobe. Yeah, I'm putting Curry over West and Wade, and I might put Curry over Iverson. So that's 3 people he already better than, right? And then for small forward, you got Bird, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Dr. J, maybe Pippen, maybe. I'm putting Curry over Pippen and Dr. J. So I just identified 5 people already behind Curry. Right. Magic, LeBron, Mike, Kareem, Shaq, Wilt, Bill, Duncan, Bird, Kobe, Dr. J, Hakeem, Isaiah, Durant, Barkley, Garnett. Oh, come on now. This man said Oscar, Wade, and Garnett. And Dr. J. Come on, man. Come on, Art. Bliss said he top 3 or 4 point guard. Yeah. I got him at 3. I got him at 3 for sure. Okay, top 5 each point position. Shooting guard, Mike, Kobe. No, Art, we're not doing no Drexler. Art, call in. What's the number? We're not doing no Drexler in no top 5. Where you got? Where's Iverson at? I'm with you on your shooting guards. You gotta take Drexler out and put Iverson in there. Point guard, Magic, Zeke, Oscar, Kidd, Steph. Oh, that's interesting. You ain't got CP. So I had Kidd in my top 5, and I put CP3 in it last year. CP3 replaced Kidd for me in the top 5. LeBron, Durant, Bird, Dr. J, Pippen, Duncan. Oh man, you already got Giannis in the top 5 over Dirk. and over nah, I ain't got Giannis in my top five. Dirk still it's still Duncan for me. Um Garnett, Barkley, Malone, and my number five is Dirk. Giannis ain't in there yet. I got Dirk in there. And if you really want to be real about it, and I know I'm gonna catch a lot of heat for saying this. I'm gonna catch a lot of heat for saying this, but I'm not talking about the accomplishments and the resume, right? Because I know Giannis got two MVPs and a Defensive Player of the Year and a championship ring without a super team, and I know that resume looks really good so far. But as a player, Giannis is not better than Rashid or Chris Webber at the power forward position. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Giannis is not better than Dirk. Kevin McHale is not better than Dirk. All right, stop me. Hey, hey, 336-456-6453. Call that number. Call that number. I want to hear this cap. I want to hear this cap, man. That's too much cap. As a matter of fact, everyone said Giannis is better than Dirk and Kevin McHale is better than Dirk. Y'all better stop disrespecting Dirk like that, man. Y'all put some respect on that man's name. If I guarantee you right now, if Dirk was on that Warriors team and it wasn't Steph, I bet you they win. I'm going to sleep. We will debate this on Facebook. Please pin this topic Webber Wallace better. Yeah, see, hey, see, look, see, no, see, nope, see, I knew you was gonna do that because you gonna take it out of context. I know if we include the resume, Giannis is gonna rank higher than Webber and Wallace. I know that. I know it's a lot of power forwards go rank higher than Webber and Wallace. However, if we want to be real as players, Wallace is better than Giannis, and Webber is better than Giannis. We. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about Wilkins. Yeah. 100%, 100%. Dominique, but it's take your pick though. I mean, I think as far as what they was able to prove, Dominique was a number one in Atlanta his whole career. And Pippen he only got a chance to be a number one once, 1 year, and he balled out. He killed, So and then I think Pippen's defense is a little bit better than Dominique's, but it's a toss up. I think it's preference. I would still have Pippen in there, but yeah, we're going off eye test. Good night. Well, no, it ain't eye test. It's just, first of all, you can't dismiss eye test. You actually have to watch people play, right? So it's the same thing. Like if you holding a AAU tryout or you're a coach for a high school team and you hold a tryout, you don't know these kids. Some of them come in as freshmen, some of them come in as transfers. Especially back when we grew up, there wasn't no YouTube where I can just go and watch your highlights from your last school. So these guys coming in fresh, and I gotta cut 40 players is in the gym running, playing basketball down a 12-man roster. You can't go and look at the stats on that and be like, okay, well this dude averaged this, and nah, you can't pick a team off paper. You hold real tryouts. I got to see you play. I gotta put you to the eye test. So the eye test is very relevant, and it's the most important part of judging a player's game. Because how else would I know that Giannis can't shoot? How else would I know that Giannis runs full speed to get all his points? Like Giannis had, like think of it. Think of this. Giannis have to run full. He has to run track to get a good shot. He can't get a shot without running full speed. Everyone has to move out of the way. Everyone has to be at the three-point line. The lane has to be wide open. And I have to back up at half court like a bull that see red and then take off running full speed. And if I run into you in charge, the referees have to act like they didn't see it. Like that's his offense. Running full speed. He's a 7-foot Westbrook. And I can see that with my eyes. And then when I sit down and watch Rasheed Wallace and Chris Webber actually be great, not good, great, elite post players in an era where post play was key. Elite defenders, elite rebounders, elite shot blockers, elite shooters. Chris Webber elbow jump shot was the only power forward I seen that shot as well as Chris Webber from, or better than Chris Webber from the elbow, was Karl Malone and Dirk. Chris Webber was right there. Great shooter, great passer. Played in the Princeton offense in Sacramento. Great passer, him and Vlade Divac. Great passer from the post and from the high post. Rasheed Wallace, amazing post player. Stretched his shooting all the way to the three-point line late in his career. Right? He was the go-to man for points on the Pistons teams when they was making those finals runs. Embarrassed Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe. Rasheed was a bucket. Only thing that Rasheed did is he did the same thing what Tim Duncan did. He scaled his game back for offensive scheme for his team. Like Duncan, if Duncan wanted to go out there and average 35 a game, that he was that good. But the way Popovich coached and the offense that they ran, Duncan didn't utilize everything he had. He just played within the system. And that's the same thing Rasheed did when he was with Detroit. But you got to be able to watch the game and use the eye test to see all that, to know this dude was a real bucket, man. Mm-hmm. I tell you this, if I had a son that was 6'11", and I wanted him to learn how to play basketball, there's nothing that Giannis can teach my son. But I can send him to Chris Webber or Rasheed, and he can learn the post. He can learn good shot mechanics for a guy with huge hands and the 7 foot. You get what I'm saying? Like what Giannis go teach him? Run full speed. I can go to Carl Lewis for that. I can go to Usain Bolt. Everything Giannis can teach me on the basketball court, I can go to Usain Bolt for. Run full speed. And be a crash dummy and just running into people. And hope the referees call a foul instead of a charge. Dominique son him too many times. You might be right. You might be right. Am I on him? Hey, look, hey, nah. I'm really on him right now. I'm gonna play something for y'all, right? And this for all y'all Luka fans, right? I want y'all to listen to Van Gundy talk about Luka in that closeout game, man. Just listen to what they said about this dude. Man, please listen to this.
Great pass here by Curry to Bielitsa, but for the second play in a row, Doncic does not run back, Reggie. He's putting his team at a tremendous disadvantage. Nobody's expecting him to be a stopper defensively, but you've got to give an effort if you're a team leader.
Kleba picks up his first.
Did y'all hear that? He said for the second time in a row, Luka did not run back on defense. He said, you got to give better effort than that if you're a team leader, man. Hold on. That ain't even it. Hold on.
They've got to get some stops.
Poole drives right by Doncic. Got it, foul.
He said Poole drives right by Doncic. Hold on. That ain't it. There's one more.
Curry's 1 of 6. Good feed. The cut, the feed. Green the assist. And Steph Curry the 2.
And bad defense again by Luka.
Even Reggie Miller was getting in. He said, bad defense again by Luka. Do y'all hear that stuff? Like, his defense was that bad that it was getting called out by, and the commentators don't like doing it. They don't like calling people out like that for real. They play nice. They definitely don't like calling out the referees, and if it's a superstar that the league is showcasing, they like to just say nice things about him. So, they most of the times wouldn't say bad things about Luka, but they just couldn't help it. His defense was dead bad in that game 7. A game 7. Horrible defense. His offense was bad too, but then late in the fourth quarter, he put up some garbage time points, man. And if you go look at his stats now, it look like he had a good game. That's sad, man. He too slow and gives no effort. Yeah, both. How you slow, unathletic, and you don't give effort. That's not a good combination, man. Not a good combination at all, man. But yeah, man. I don't know what to say, man. It was a good game. We'll see what happens game 2, man. I mean, if the Warriors was supposed to win this game, everybody got shocked and surprised. I think everybody on the Warriors team is like, man, we was winning that game. We was winning it. And what they don't know about the Celtics is, man, them dudes ain't got no quit in them. I don't know where that comes from, but other than the Nets series where they swept them, even though those games was close, right? They swept them, but the games was close. And they had a game. That game one pretty much went like this one did. They led the whole game. The Nets didn't have no answer, and all of a sudden the Nets come out of nowhere and take the lead late. But then the Celtics was able to respond back and got lucky at the end, and Tatum hit that layup at the buzzer, right? There was no quit. Game 2 kind of went the same way, where I want to say maybe third quarter, the Nets went on the run and took the lead, and then after that, Boston came, answered back, boom, stole the game, right? So, and then when you get to the Milwaukee series, Milwaukee was up in that series, and Giannis was doing his thing, and we thought Boston was going to the crib, and all of a sudden it goes 7, and Boston pulled out a game 7, and then Jimmy Butler went Super Saiyan on them, and looked like the Heat was gonna steal it, and then they go to the game 7, and here come Boston, resilient again, man. These dudes ain't got no quit them. So if the Warriors thought they was gonna come out and just because Steph was hot and couldn't miss, that Boston, and they had a lead on them, and they thought Boston was just gonna all of a sudden just give up. Heck no. Them boys playing like they got the basketball guys on their side, man. So the Warriors got a tough one ahead of them, man. They got to go back to the drawing board, man, because you almost played almost a perfect game, man. Steph was almost perfect. Clay was good. Wiggins was good. The defense was good. They stopped Tatum. It was almost a perfect game, and they lost it. So they're going to be scratching their head. I doubt they get any sleep tonight. They're going to be scratching their head tonight, trying to figure out what happened and what they can do different. Because I guarantee you, the way I seen Boston do their adjustments from game to game, oh, man, they going to have something for Steph next game. And I hope it's more physicality, because as physical as they played Giannis and Kevin Durant, they played them mostly Kevin Durant. They played Kevin Durant very physical. It wasn't just double teams. They played him very physical. And I was thinking that I was going to see that on Steph, but they're playing Steph straight up and fair. And I'm like, man, why? Steph is just as good as KD. Why y'all not playing him physical too? I wonder. So I'm really interested to see if they go turn up the heat a little bit next game, or if they think that they're not gonna be able to play them that physical in Golden State, but when they go to Boston, they can get away with more. We'll see. But hey, win, lose, or draw. If the Warriors win, I'm gonna go live again for that one too, man. I might go live tomorrow morning too, man, just to talk about this again. But make sure y'all go and subscribe on the YouTube channel, man, and make sure y'all share this, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.